That lawnmower. That's it. Stop that. Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know.
And made a post and basically told Roach, he tagged Lamar Roach, and he said, look, you're not getting in that fight with Tank.
A day in the life of Gervonta, Tank Davis, while preparing for Jake Paul, is all about discipline and focus. Every session centers on speed, sharpness, and power. From conditioning drills to sparring, Tank shows his dedication with no room for distractions. His commitment reflects a fighter locked in on the challenge ahead. Rolando Romero adds perspective, reminding fans that Tank's legacy is already secure. As a world champion with major accomplishments, he doesn't need Jake Paul to validate his career. Still, Romero admits Paul's natural size is an advantage, but not one that takes away from Tank's proven greatness.
Be too big for him, but Jake Paul might be too big for him, or Tank might crack him. You don't know. Like I said, or as an exhibition, we don't know if they throw at each other or not, or we don't know. I don't know. I can't give an opinion because I don't know what's going on.
Do you think it impacts, will it impact Tank's legacy if Jake Paul were to beat him or even knock him out?
Dude, Tank's a 3-division world champion, 4-time 3-division world champion. At the end of it, bro, you can't take anything away from him.
You know, some people trying to give, that's fair, some people trying to give Tank a hard time. They're saying he should have took a fight with Lamar Roach or Shakur Stevenson. But when you think about it, do you think this is business and look, he's getting a bag, or is there some validity to people saying that?
Paulie Malignaggi draws a clear line between size and experience. Jake Paul may be physically bigger and more popular, but Malignaggi insists experience matters more. Tank Davis has fought elite competition, headlined major events, and thrived under pressure. No matter how strong Jake Paul is, he cannot match Tank's years of training, ring IQ, and adaptability.
Davis is more to lose because he's the bona fide world champion. I don't care if he's much smaller. I think Jake Paul has sort of plateaued as far as where his boxing is concerned. It's rather low level. He's big, he's physical, he's strong, he can hit. So there is that risk. Davis, at lightweight, you're in a moment where it's too physical for you. You can clinch. Against the heavyweight, where you clinching? You ain't getting out of that corner just clinching anymore if you run out of space. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. But Davis, listen, there's a lot of talking points that I'm sure we'll get into when this gets closer to the fight. Davis can still punch at lightweight. Can he drop a heavyweight? There's a lot to gain there, right? If Davis knocks...
The answer is yes.
If Davis drops Jake on his ass, as much as Davis is the one with more to lose, it's still a highlight moment.
A visual that will stay forever.
Yeah, but if you get dropped, even if you're smaller, you're still a world champion, multiple weight classes. If you get dropped, what's the look? What's the feel?
Teofimo Lopez views the fight as more spectacle than sport. For him, it's about money and entertainment, not legacy or rankings. Both Jake Paul and Tank Davis will make huge paydays, and while it may not be a traditional championship fight, Lopez believes it's still good for boxing by attracting mainstream attention and new fans.
Invested on it, and I'm actually very happy for Gervonta and Jake. I really am, man. It's good for the sport in some way,
So a heavyweight versus a lightweight.
Yeah.
You got a fly hit me, yeah. A heavyweight versus a lightweight. How's this going to work?
Hey, they make it work. It's an exhibition for a reason. So, they know what they're doing. And, shout out to Netflix and shout out to both of them, honestly. Like I said, I think a lot of people in the boxing world are kind of upset. I could care less. I think they're going to go out there and make their money. It falls on the number 8 for a reason. They're going to make a lot of money.
Have you got a prediction for that fight?
My prediction? A show.
Well, clearly it's a show, but when you've got a lot of people underestimating Jake Paul once again, but when you've got a heavyweight boxer who knows how to throw punches and knows the basics against a lightweight, it's quite a difference. I mean, have you sparred heavyweights before?
Yeah.
For competitive sparring in the ring?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same, not at all. Definitely got to move. I've actually played around a few times, went through between their legs just to duck around. But yeah, because they're taller, But I think for that competition, that fight, it reminds me a lot like Big Show.
Nate Diaz, known for his bluntness, dismisses the matchup entirely. He believes the fight holds no real competitive value, comparing it to staged entertainment like pro wrestling. According to Diaz, the outcome won't meaningfully impact either fighter's career. It's just a sideshow for hype.
I gotta ask you, Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis. Does Davis have a chance?
Gervonta is a great boxer, but he ain't gonna be.
So you got Jake Paul by knockout, or
No, I don't got anybody, but I don't think
he's just too small?
it's just I don't want to beat up somebody that small. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think of the
I
fight?
don't want to lose to somebody that. There's no point in the fight. It's a great fight, actually.
You think
I'm
it's a
not
good
hating
fight?
on the fight, but I think my thoughts on it is let's watch and see what happens.
Ryan Garcia said his boxing's turning into WWE.
Yeah,
with that type of matchup. What do you agree? Last thing, White House card, like he said, you want Conor McGregor?
Yeah, but the whole thing's on WWE, so
Right.
it's like, at least that's happening and it's getting something to talk about, something to watch, and I'm looking forward to that fight.
Jeff Mayweather echoes Diaz's skepticism. To him, matching an established champion like Tank with a YouTube star-turned-boxer feels odd and unnecessary. While he recognizes the business side of crossover fights, Jeff questions the logic and sees it as a confusing move for the sport's purists.
It's kind of weird because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank, and I mean, but with it being exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting, but I mean, it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is.
KSI, a veteran of influencer boxing himself, focuses on Jake Paul's promotional tactics. He claims rumors about Jake fighting Anthony Joshua were never real, but designed to stir attention. Similarly, the Tank Davis fight is part of Jake's hype-building strategy rather than a pursuit of true heavyweight competition. For KSI, this shows the theatrical and manipulative side of modern boxing promotion.
I knew AJ and Jake was never going to happen.
I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought it was actually going to happen? Bro, it's so crazy. Like, I feel like so many people just believe everything online.
But that's pretty unbelievable on the other hand.
I feel like I know. Well, okay, how do I say it like this? Atoma versus White. I had a lot of people bet on White winning. And I'm there like, you guys don't watch boxing, do you? You just look at a record and go, oh, Dylan's fought many more people than Atoma. That record says a lot.